Good morning. I'm Dr. Mel, and welcome back to Dr. Mel's Richmond Market Intelligence Report, where we don't just report the market, we learn from it. Yesterday, we came into the new week with 235 active listings and Friday's big 282. And this morning, inventory tightened again. But what I find interesting is what happened at the same time. While active inventory came down, pending activity actually went up. Okay, let's learn from the numbers. You can see the numbers, so let's focus on the movement. Active inventory dropped from 235 to 213, pending moved from 249 to 253, and sold moved from 234 to 217. And that combination is what I'm writing down today. Fewer active homes, slightly more pending homes. Again, one day doesn't make a trend, but when inventory is moving down while pending activity is moving up, that gets my attention. Let's zoom out because this is my favorite part. Last week we watched active inventory move. 218, 212, 212, 242, Friday 282. Then this week, 235, today 213. So remember what we talked about yesterday. We saw that big Thursday, Friday push heading into the weekend, and then Monday brought us back down. Now Tuesday has brought us down again. In fact, at 213 active listings, we're almost right back to where we were last Tuesday and Wednesday, 212. Now that is interesting. Am I declaring a trend? Still, nope. Am I putting another circle in my notes? You already know I am. And where did inventory tighten? Let's look underneath that 9.5 decline. Richmond City went from 42 active to 39. Henrico went from 58 to 54. Chesterfield went from 112 to 100. And Hanover went from 23 to 20. So this wasn't one county pulling the regional number down. Every single market I tracked lost active inventory overnight. But now look at pending activity. Richmond went from 53 to 54, Chesterfield went from 93 to 94, and Hanover jumped from 29 to 32, and Henrico slipped just slightly from 74 to 73. So inventory tightened across all four markets. Buyer activity did not disappear, and that's the story that I'm watching. And about those solds. Now let's talk about our solds. We have 217 sold homes, showing today's 7-day snapshot. And after Friday's closing, I'm looking at this row a little differently now because I know firsthand that one little number in the spreadsheet can represent a big moment in somebody's life. So you know what time it is. Congratulations to all parties involved, but especially the new homeowners. 217 isn't just a number. That represents hundreds of moves, negotiations, closing tables, keys, and new chapters. Enjoy your new home. Now it's time for your luxury minute. Remember, luxury in this report means $700K and above across Richmond City, Henrico, Chesterfield, and Hanover. And today, luxury active inventory moved from 35 to 33 overall, so it tightened slightly. But underneath that number, we have some very different stories. Richmond City went from 8 active to 7, Henrico went from 7 to 9, Chesterfield dropped from 12 to 8, and Hanover increased from 8 to 9. But look at luxury sold activity. Yesterday, we had 34 across all four markets. Today, 22. And Henrico moved from 6 luxury solds to just 1 in today's 7-day snapshot. That's a big percentage change, but with smaller luxury numbers, percentages can look dramatic very quickly, which is why I don't want you to just react to one day. Same region, different price point, a different story. So today's lesson is this. Pay attention when supply and demand start moving in opposite directions. Today we have fewer active listings but slightly more pending activity. Does that automatically mean competition is increasing? No, but does it give us something that is worth watching? Absolutely. Because market intelligence isn't just about taking one number and creating a headline. It's about collecting enough information to understand the full story behind it. That's your Tuesday, Dr. Mel's Richmond Market Intelligence Report. Tomorrow I'm watching these active numbers closely because if inventory drops again, we'll have another consecutive decline to add to this week's story, and I'm also watching those pendings. Do buyers keep absorbing inventory as options tighten? We'll see, because one day gives us numbers, consistency gives us patterns, and patterns tell us a story. And right now, this week is starting to look a little familiar. I'm Dr. Mel, and around here, we learn differently. I'll see you tomorrow.